Team Newsround. It's Monday the 8th of September. I'm Jenny and do not go anywhere because look at what we've got for you today. Emma Louise has got all the latest from the Rugby World Cup. And watch to the end to find out all about Ned, the super rare snail. But first though, let's take a look at these incredible pictures of the moon. That's because last night a total lunar eclipse called a blood moon could be seen around the world. It happens when the Earth passes directly between the sun and the moon, casting a shadow on the moon's surface and making it look slightly red. It's rare for this to happen. The last time was in 2022. Lovely pictures there. Next, it was a very busy weekend at the Women's Rugby World Cup. England, Scotland and Wales all played on Saturday, with Ireland playing yesterday. Emma Louise and I were there to catch the big games, and she's still in Brighton to round us up on everything that went down. Hi, Emma Louise.
Hi Jenny, I'm at the Royal Pavilion Garden here in Brighton. You can hear all the birds, it's a nice sunny day, and this place is actually quite famous because this building behind me was built by King George IV when he decided he'd quite like a spare palace down by the seaside, and this is it. Well, yesterday, this city, the whole park everywhere was full of green jerseys and black jerseys as Ireland got ready to take on New Zealand. Now, these two teams have history. New Zealand won the last World Cup, so they are reigning world champions. But last year, Ireland beat them. So, what happened?
The game started as it always does for New Zealand with a ceremonial dance called the haka. It's a really important part of Maori culture. The faces and movements are used to frighten their opponents, and the chanting helps bring their team together. Ireland weren't to be scared off though. They stood respectful but defiant, and as the game began, they made big attempts to push forward. But the Black Ferns were in control. They mostly had the ball, led all the action and scored lots of tries. At some points, it was a tough watch with lots of near misses for Ireland. It ended 40-0 to New Zealand. Despite a big loss, it was still a great day out for lots of fans, and some even got selfies.
What did you think of the game?
Absolutely amazing. They smashed it.
It was really good. The only thing was we lost, but that's fine because we were against the world champions, so we didn't think we were going to win anyways. It was good and New Zealand won.
It didn't get the result I wanted, but it was still altogether a fun day.
We had a really good defence, but not so much of a good attack. I think we need to work on that.
We need to work a bit more on passing it out because we were charging in a bit too much and we kind of needed to pass it to the wings a bit more.
In the next round, Ireland's going to win. Yeah, we're going to win in the next round.
That is the energy we all need on a Monday. So that was one game, but if you missed the others across the weekend, I can tell you that England beat Australia to finish top of their group. Scotland lost against Canada, but they'll still be playing on in the quarterfinals. And Wales put in a really good fight with fans backing them all the way. But after a loss against Fiji, they'll be leaving the World Cup without any wins. Here's Georgia Evans from their team to let us know how they're feeling.
Yeah, disappointment. It sucks. No one ever goes out there to lose. We went out there to do a job today. We didn't get it done, so we're disappointed. Unfortunately, we don't have next week to recover from that, so it's now time to go away, look at ourselves as individuals, and we'll come back together, as we always do, and fight again.
So what happens next? Well, now we're into the knockout round, which means that if a team loses a game, they're out. It's getting serious. There are only 8 teams left in the competition, and here are some big games for you to look out for. England, who are unbeaten so far, will take on Scotland in Bristol. And in Exeter, Ireland will take on France. Make sure you keep on watching Newsround. We're going to bring you all the updates. But for now, back to Jenny in the studio.
Thanks, Emma Louise. Well, the rugby isn't the only story that Emma Louise has been looking into over the last few days. There has been some big news about this politician, Angela Rayner. Here's more on that.
Angela Rayner is a big figure in politics. She was part of Keir Starmer's top government team as Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister in charge of housing. But now she's resigned, which means she's left those jobs. It's a difficult moment for Keir Starmer because no Prime Minister wants to lose a member of their top team in this way. I'm here in Hove because it helps to explain why Angela Rayner has resigned. She bought a flat here, and when you buy a flat or a house, you may have to pay tax. Angela Rayner didn't pay the right amount of tax when she bought the flat. She says she's sorry for not getting the right advice on how much she had to pay. Government ministers are expected to follow all the rules when it comes to paying tax, and there are supposed to be serious consequences if they don't. And that is why Angela Rayner is no longer Deputy Prime Minister.
Well, we've got more on this story and how other political parties have reacted at Newsround online. And while you're there, you can find out why, if you live in London, some of your journeys to school might be affected by tube strikes this week. OK, it is Monday, so here's the graph to bring us this week's happy news. Take it away, DG.
Meet Ned, who is a perfectly nice snail from New Zealand. He's a common garden snail, but his shell coils to the left, not the right, making him 1 in 40,000. It's hard for Ned to meet another lefty to become friends with. I mean, he likes all the good stuff a snail does, eating broccoli, going for slow walks, and a lovely clean shell. Giselle Clarkson found him in her garden and is now on the lookout for another lefty to become a lifelong friend for Ned. Good luck! Next, just look at these 2 new arrivals at America's Nashville Zoo. These are aardwolf pups and are part of the hyena family, normally found in southern and eastern Africa. The brother and sister, who don't have names yet, are only 14 weeks old, and don't they look cute? But don't get too close, as they can be a little nippy. Last up, we find baker Will Grotham, who lives in Australia and is getting ready for the coming week's work. He's a baker that uses less than perfect produce to make things like bread, salad and cakes to fill his shelves. The main thing here is that he is minimising food waste, as some people and even companies will either throw out or not sell food that doesn't look exactly the way people expect. So Will doesn't want to waste the food, but rather use it to cook with and create tasty treats for people to enjoy.
What a hero. Well, we are out of time and you've got schoolwork to get on with. Let's not forget that. Remember to get involved in the daily discussions on our website and I'll have a look out for them. There's also big news for fans of Bluey too, so make sure you check that out. We'll see you tomorrow morning from 7:40. Take care.